Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and freaking early, 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I did a video. I already downloaded it at 4 a.m. this morning. So I was going to do work on some artwork this morning and take that time to do some stuff that I've been neglecting. So I took a little time, though, to go over some stories. I didn't want to miss anything. I didn't want to miss any news stories. And I got caught up. I got so angry. I started looking at what Fox News has been saying about biolabs. And it is just pure Russian propaganda. And the facts are in the actual news stories. I'll have a link down below. It's called Media Light. And they've got the actual quotes of what people said and then what Fox News is saying, leaving key parts of these conversations out, making America or Joe Biden in America and the Ukraine look like the bad guys in all this, spreading Russian disinformation. I got so freaking angry when I watched this. I couldn't believe it. I know I've talked about Tucker. You guys know I talk about Tucker Carlson. But when I watch in this link down below, you'll see the actual video of Tucker Carlson telling of this video. And Tucker Carlson's basically saying that Tucker Carlson's talking about a speech that this Pentagon official, Robert Pope, gave to, I think it was to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, to a bunch of scientists. I think something like that, Scientific Nucleatory, back in February. This guy's Robert Pope. He's a Pentagon official, and he's been to these supposed biolabs. They're not supposed. Okay, Robert Pope works for the Cooperative Threat Reduction Agency. In 1991, the Soviet Union fell. There was weapons of mass destruction, bioweapons. So we set up this Pentagon branch to go there and disassemble them. Okay, Tucker Carlson takes what this guy said, this Pentagon official said, and pick key parts of it. Basically, he picked the parts of Robert Pope's speech that said, this is Tucker Carlson repeating what Robert Pope said. I wouldn't be surprised if there would still be pathogens going back to the beginning of the Soviet bioweapons program, like the swine flu. And that's what scientists do. We keep things. So Tucker Carlson makes it sound all nefarious, like there's this bioweapons lab that's been creating bioweapons in the Ukraine. But he left out key parts of the conversation. What Robert Pope really said was, there is no infrastructure left whatsoever. And he also said that he's afraid that the Soviet, in the Russian invasion now of the Ukraine, that they could potentially make this look nefarious. They could go there, find these samples. These samples are being kept, like they always do, of this dangerous stuff. We keep samples of dangerous stuff in America. We keep it everywhere in case there's outbreaks, to discover cures, like for COVID-19. We went back and used stuff we had from the previous SARS epidemics. That's how we found the vaccine for this. We have to keep this stuff. So like I said, none of these labs are secret or hidden. Robert Pope's, this has been all out in the open. But in this piece from Tucker Carlson's show Thursday night, it's unbelievable. Tucker Carlson is just leaving key pieces of information out, making America and Joe Biden look like they're getting ready to go into Russia and unleash all this stuff. When I watched this, I got so angry I couldn't. And Judge Janine's in on it too. Judge Janine actually said something about, I wonder where Dr. Fauci is in all this. We haven't seen anything. So she's spinning it like now there's bioweapons being created in the Ukraine by Dr. Fauci, the evil scientist, and this is all completely and totally false. None of this stuff has ever been hidden. This has all been out in the open since 1991. Like I said, in an effort to deconstruct these weapons of mass destruction that the Soviet Union had. And they kept this stuff like the swine flu going all the way back to the first strain. Like I said, this is what. And then Tucker Carlson took that quote. Robert Pope said, this is what scientists do. And Robert Pope said it in a research, this is how scientists, they keep all the samples of everything so they can go back and see the mutations, right? It makes sense. And then Tucker Carlson took that quote, that's what scientists do, and he turned it into this nefarious thing, sounding like freaking Dr. Frankenstein and Adolf and all those guys all combined, that, Dr. Fauci and the United States and Joe Biden are all working secretly in labs to create. I was appalled. I mean, I've gotten angry at Tucker Carlson before. I'm not even doing this. So I have the quotes that Tucker Carlson left out. So Tucker Carlson said, he repeated the stuff about these samples being left in these labs that were made to deconstruct Soviet era weapons. And he left out the key parts that Robert Pope said. Like, here's one part that right in the middle of this whole speech that Tucker Carlson conveniently left out. Robert Pope said, there is no place that still has any sort of infrastructure for researching or producing bioweapons. Quote, Robert Pope, quote. But Tucker Carlson left that all out. Didn't include that part. Unbelievable. Then he also left this part. Robert Pope said that he was afraid that this Russian invasion, that Russia could go in there, could potentially, here's another quote, could potentially go into one of these facilities and fabricate something that they would call evidence of nefarious activity at these facilities. So he's kind of worried. But, Tucker Carlson left that part out too. That this is what Robert Pope is afraid of, that they're going to take samples that are being used to research, to prevent future epidemics, future disease. If any of this stuff does get out anywhere in the world, which is a possibility, then we'll have ways to create vaccines or immunizations or whatever. So it's a research facility made to deconstruct. And like I said, this is how we came about the vaccine for COVID-19. It's a research facility. It's not a bioweapons lab. But Tucker Carlson makes it sound so freaking evil. And this is, I'm just amazed. It's pure Russian propaganda from American media, calling America, Joe Biden, Dr. Fauci, the bad evil guys, and repeating Russian disinformation. And this is just last night on Fox News over and over again with Judge Janine, Tucker Carlson. Unbelievable. These people should. I don't usually call for extreme punishment, but unbelievable. The links will be down below. I urge you guys just to watch the Tucker Carlson piece and read the actual parts that Tucker Carlson left out, and it's unfreaking believable. And there's people in my family that just watch Fox News. They just watch all this. That's all they know. That's all the information they're getting from people like Hannity and Tucker Carlson. And this is what they're hearing. Russian disinformation in our own country. Wow. All right, check out the links. You guys have a great Friday.